Would you like to sit down?
I'll just, yeah, I'll just stand.
Here.
And he was unconvinced, so finally he got to the bus stop
Maybe some.
and I got down at eye level.
I'm gonna talk from here so we can use
We're
both
taking the bus
galleries.
because when you're 15, this is how you're gonna get around. Nobody's gonna drive you anywhere. This is a
Ah, Francis.
You still take the bus regularly. That you were at James Lemon's a few years ago. And then Pat said he could get around his car. But you said, no, it's all right, I'm gonna take the bus.
I'll go start this off. Hello, and number nine, Finissimo. I'm a fellow from the 50s, you know, a kid in the 50s, a lot of TV, a lot of advertisements, jingles that stick in my head and come up at the oddest moments. But here's one I remember. They said it couldn't be done. They said nobody could do it. But as you see, we got it done. And this is the Salon of Working Artists, all from Pittsburgh. And many are here, and even more were here last night. So what I thought I would do is, look at a piece and see if the artist is in the house. And, you know, I'll ask a quick question, or maybe somebody else will ask a question or two. And I'm looking at this assemblage by Diane King. And Diane, could you come over and tell us a little bit about what's going on in here? Because last night, my sister and brother-in-law and Mike were here, and they were looking like, how, these are little books. And so I just told them that there were some very small people, they made some short stories. Very short. But they were all interested in the wax.
Yeah, well, I grew up, I was raised Roman Catholic. Candles are like in my soul. Almost all the pieces I do have wax melting in them and or candles. I'm a bibliophiliac, obviously a book lover. So this piece, well, and Joseph Cornell is my great inspiration. This piece specifically has a story, not a real story, a story I made up for the piece, which is this little guy, the bibliophiliac, reads by candlelight. And one night, he had too many candles burning, and he got inundated in wax. He died. So that's the death of the bibliophile. But it was a lot of fun because I could throw in all kinds of references. Shakespeare's in there somewhere, and some other things. And his bed, if you look, his bed is a little book. And most of these books I made. This book, I was speaking earlier to some folks about the book that has the writing along the spine. Back in the day, they would take apart old printed material and use it to bind new books, which is how we lost a lot of medieval manuscripts, because parchment was very strong, very good to bind with. But I was in Germany for a while, and I found these all kinds of old books at a flea market. This one, I decided I was going to use the covers, which were beautiful, in a piece. And when I took the covers off the book, I saw this lettering, and that was even more thrilling. So that's how that lettering happens to be in there. That's not anything I contrived. That was actually from an older book, printed, obviously, not a medieval manuscript, printed, but used to bind the book that's in the piece. And all the other little books I made. And I love dripping wax on things, so lots of candles. The window in the back is kind of an homage to Joseph Cornell, because he used a lot of constellations, images of constellations in his work.
Well, I see that it opens up, so you could open this up and take a book, check a book out of the library?
No, I could. There are, every so often, there's a little thing tucked in the bookcase which you can pull out, which is just something clever and
Well,
fun for whoever ends up owning it.
It's a masterpiece. And above it I see is a Francis piece, and Francis, he's standing right with it. Gives a little lowdown, rundown.
That piece is actually pretty old. I think that was in '88. I was at CMU. I had
There's a date. I think it's 88.
a, yeah, '88. I was
Can
at,
you stand under it so I can
Sure.
get a photo? I'm trying to get photos of all the artists with their work.
yeah, I was at CMU in the printmaking workshop, and that was a lithography piece that I did. Actually, I wasn't in the workshop. I was an undergrad. That would have been earlier, actually. But anyways, that piece, I remember when I did it, that I'm very much into surrealism.
I thought you were, it looks like you were into ponies.
Yeah, that image, when Pat asked me to put something in the show, I've mostly been doing photography, so I was gonna put a photographic piece in, but then I thought this might be more interesting. It hasn't been shown for a long time, like maybe like 40 years or something.
Did you say what the title is?
Writing for Help. Right. So I think every piece is sort of indicative, of course, of the artist who does it in their state of mind. So I was thinking back on that state of mind at that time, which was an interesting state of mind for me. But I was thinking about it right now in terms of our contemporary situation too, you know, the whole cowboy mystique and the American perception of what a cowboy is and how we project all this strength into it, you know, that mythic perception of the cowboy. But I think for me, it really wasn't that. You know, I think the cowboy really needs, the whole idea of the cowboy really needs some help. You know,
I see the hands come, I'm looking at the hands, they look like maybe a cactus to me.
yeah, it's sort of like in Sedona somewhere, you know.
Well, thank you, Francis. Now I'm going to give myself a little test, and because there are no labels, no time for labels, and so I'm going to say that this is Adam Welsh, who just had a big show recently in Lawrenceville, in a garage. Jennifer Rental on top. She was here the other day, and she brought it in, and this is when she was 24, and she's no longer 24, but she looks the same. Good, so was that a Dorian Gray thing, maybe? And this is Bill Miller, Bill Miller in April is going to be one of a handful of artists at the American Folk Art Museum, and he's being shown with all these artists from the canon, Ramirez and Darger and Trainer. So it's really incredible that our Bill Miller is going to be a star with the biggest of the stars in the American Folk Art Museum. And behind,
It's all linoleum. It's all linoleum.
oh yes, it's all linoleum. That's his shtick, his go-to, and no one can do linoleum like Bill Miller.
Where is that show gonna be?
At the American Folk Art Museum in New York City.
New York City.
And behind Janet and Dan is I think most of us would know this scene on Murray Avenue, and this is Steve Hankin, who's,
Is he still around?
talk about the working artist. He's been working since he was a young man, and he's a portraitist, and I was really taken with him.
Mexico in the wintertime.
His studio is next to his home, and it was a grocery store or something, and he fixed it up a number of years ago. So you walk in, it's unlike anything else in Pittsburgh, his studio. His workspace is upstairs, and I would think it's every artist's dream to have what he has going on there. And so I had all the, my pick of anything, but that red umbrella got me. And let's see, where's Christine?
I'm right behind you.
Christine had show number 7. 6, and we reassembled her assemblage that was in the Carnegie Museum, and it went from right where you are, Liz, to back where, beyond where Skip is. And it was really unbelievable, like a dream that we got that
Yeah, I
out
couldn't
here
believe we
and assembled it
managed to do
again.
that.
And if you didn't make it, I can understand why you'd be sad forever, but so this is Christine. And you want to tell us about that, Christine?
Well, what's interesting about when I do this kind of work, I call it pick up sticks. And I'm literally walking through the woods and will find things that attract me, and I'm sort of editing in my head when I find branches or rocks or whatever, and I'm already like seeing what it is. So immediately looking at this, which was much longer and bigger, and I'm actually in the woods breaking it apart, and, you know. And I don't know why I never thought to bring an axe, but I could see these, what I was seeing is legs and a torso and even a belly button. And I immediately was thinking, wow, it reminds me of when I'm dancing, and I can't dance. That ended up the title of the piece.
I can't dance is the name of it.
I can't dance.
Don't ask.
That's right. So the legs, the wobbly thing.
And this is a piece by our friend.
Yeah, Amir Rashid.
Amir Rashid, who 2 years ago when I did 8 exhibitions in 8 weeks, so I knew I could do 9 in 9. There's only one more. Amir had an exhibition, and he came and spoke on a day like today. And so this is his audience for 1, 2, 3, 4, the poet, because he is a poet, a published poet. And this is, I gotta tell you, when I saw this and put this together, I thought, that is some doggone good curation there. This is the tiniest piece in except for yours. Can you see it? Except for yours, it's the second tiniest piece in the exhibition. This is Owen Westerberg, who I just met within the past year and a half. And I meet all the most fabulous, interesting people at Take a Break Bar, where I shoot pool, and I shot there. I was doing so well after the opening last night that I couldn't break away from Take a Break until someone beat me, and no one could beat me, so I was there till they closed. One after another, boom, 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 boom. It was just like going downtown. I was in that zone. So this is how I know Owen, and I'll point out the other Taker Breakers.
If the art thing doesn't work out.
What's that?
If the art thing doesn't work out, you
Yeah,
can.
you can hustle. You can play
What
pool.
did he say?
If the art thing doesn't work out, you can hustle at the pool table.
Okay, Jay. Will you be back?
Start putting your money on it.
Okay. Let's go over this way. Oh, wait, before we go over that way, I wasn't done with my test. This is Jerome D'Angelo, who just left, and another Amir Rashid, Lori Hornell, because she has her little baby signature here, her little baby bracelet. This is Maddie Warhola. This is an ostrich egg. And Ron Donahue.
Warhol.
Rick Bach. Last week I just met Mita. She came in with Francis and her husband Bartholomew, known as B, and now she's in the exhibition. And I don't know if you know or not, but I'm a baseball player. I play for the Crows. And I've just met Bobby Baseball and his mother Sheena, Bobby's mom. And this is by Tom Sarver. And of the black sheep puppet extravaganza. And this is Heidi Davis, who I met at the first art festival in the Hill District 2 years ago. And what's his name? I don't know, I can't think of it. And here's another Amir Rashid, who's a musician, a storyteller, poet, carver, and painter. Okay, I pass. Let's see, I will name some names. Oh, this is anybody need a seat? Hey, you lingerers, are you coming for the talk? Do you all remember the ducks on the 10th Street Bridge, the painted ducks?
Yeah.
Well, that's Tim Collin, and here's a Tim Collin. I love horses. I may one of these days get myself a pony. And so there are several ponies in the show, and this is one by Tim. And he teaches welding to neighborhood kids in Hazelwood, so he's really quite amazing. Yes?
Are the ducks gone from the bridge?
No, they repainted
They
them.
repainted them.
When they repainted the bridge, they repainted
Yes,
the ducks.
okay, good.
I like to think that they're dinosaurs, but he says they're ducks, but.
They do like dino ducks.
You know, dinosaurs were birds, or birds are dinosaurs. So.
I was waiting for that.
And here's an Amir.
Yeah, and they like made a stencil of like the original.
That's fantastic,
Yeah.
that's great, yeah.
This is Amir Rashid. Thaddeus Mosley, Thad Mosley, and this is Janique. Is Janique? Come tell us about it.
Yeah, so this,
Speak loud.
I speak loud, okay. So, this it's called Like a Dance. It depicts the wilt of a Paphiopedilum, a lady slipper orchid, which I've been painting in various stages in the last 4 months. So that's the last stage of decaying and dying. And so if you look at it, you see a wilt which is ascending, and there is a daikini or a sky dancer who is receiving it. And if you look closer, it's not only a flower, but you will see that there's a bird over there, and there's a face there, there's a Buddha head there, and so basically where all realms of species are reunited, and that conveys the sense that we are all interconnected and we share the same consciousness.
Is this water?
Water? No, the oil. Oil on the
No, it's.
so and there also, if you look from far, you see some faces. They're supposed to be clouds. So it ascends above the clouds, and then in the space, and then she's there to receive.
Okay, like from an airplane, you're up there.
Yeah. And then she has the mudras, the hand gestures of.
And I suggest, sometime before you leave, that you get closer and look around, because the light glares, but this figure is really something to see. Thank you, Jenny. Desmond's well aware of this work because his father made it. And this is work by writer Henry.
Should we turn off the lights?
on the third floor of Writer's home is. Oh, okay, so the lights on. Well, okay, lights on so I can thank you.
Just like not want to talk about this?
So on the third floor of this amazing house that Writer lives in is this, which would be like from where I am to Ellen, and a big circle, all there, three-dimensional. This comes alive with these are all. It's so far out.
I can take them. So I have, this is the 54th canvas painting, oil on canvas painting of the model city, which I started in Uniontown in 2005, although some of the older structures are from 2002, and just like 2 or 3 small items. But the scale is 1:213, which is because standard 80-inch doorways are shrunk down to 3/8 of an inch tall. And this is all stuff I did with cardboard and paper, just in the same kind of style as this, with like framing the windows and just being really fussy about the whole thing. And but like when I got to number 54, I pretty much got fed up with it, but because I just had it in my mind for so long that it would be a continual source of inspiration, that I could just continue to use this landscape as a still life, and then I draw into it, and then I add little details like little characters, little people. So yeah, the one in the stairwell is number 53, and this is number 54. And I don't really speak Russian or any Eastern European language, but I understand like this is nazdravlimo, which I think means like recovery kind of thing. I don't know if anyone around here in the room has any input on that. Anybody?
Where did you get it? Off a building or off a picture?
Oh no, I know zdravo is health, and so nazdravlimo I think would be like we are healthy or like we recover kind of thing. But it's like I don't really know because I don't have any friends, or like I don't really know the like I think it's fascinating because it's sort of exotic, but anyways, so that's what it says there in the middle. And then this is Arabic. This says universe. This is Jihan, which is also the name of my sister. And this says Mahandasin, which is engineers. And so the engineers is written on the sort of a cell phone kind of format. And it's like engineers support the universe, but not, the universe is huge, but the understanding of the universe, or the conception of it, is supported by engineers, and that like this whole kind of library, the weight of like human intelligence and the like collective intelligence of our humanity, which doesn't seem to be doing very well these days with that we're in war and other people are in war, and we got roped into our country's roped into a war.
Can I ask how long it took you to pull that together? How long did you work on it?
Well, this is in May of last year, and then I guess April and May, and then I kind of like, I had a really horrible accident. It kind of fell out my window and in the middle of May, and so then I was hospitalized for a few months, and but I got back in the beginning of August, and then I worked into it a little more, but that was when I kind of felt like it was kind of enough was enough with this painting of the model city. But yeah, so
your house is full of art. Like whenever I went to somebody else's house, I was like, "Where's all the sculptures at?"
Well, like I'm fortunate to have one of these Queen Anne Victorians with a turret and all that. So there's like a huge amount of space, and it's not cluttered. Like I have most of the paintings are like a fraction of this size, more like the one in the stairwell.
I mean, there's like countless paintings.
I have number 36 to number 36 upwards is what I have in consistently, and plus I have number 14 and I have number 22, but the rest of the paintings that are sold or given away.
And I mean, you made Monster Michelle, you made
I made a model.
You made an 8-foot tall spaceship, which is recycled.
Oh, yeah, I love
Could I tell that story?
Yeah, sure.
Well, Desmond, I just saw when you walked in today, and in the spaceship story, Desmond was like this. I don't know how this happened, because it seems like it was months ago. At the Double Dog Gallery,
in Carnegie.
In Carnegie, Ryder had a show, and I was talking to Dave. I said, Dave, he has this rocket that it's so unbelievable. It has to be the show. He said, well, one fit inside, one fit inside. I said, well, we'll put it on the porch or something. So I went over, it was Biko, Ryder, you and Baxter and myself. And I'm driving the Midnight Blue Caddy.
Yeah.
And so Ryder gets a couple bungee cords and puts it on the top of my 03 Cadillac DeVille, and away we went.
Yeah.
Through the tunnel, up the hill, down the hill, and pulled up to in front of the gallery with a rocket ship, an 8-foot illuminated rocket ship.
Wow.
And
No one stopped you.
so we had the show, and it was a knockout, all that stuff, and then we went to pick it up.
Yeah, and it was
You know, I think
light rain.
it was just you and I picking it up. And on the way, so we strapped it on again, and then I have to IV coffee all day long, so I would run low, so we went into the drive-in Starbucks,
Yeah.
and and the kid at the window, all these people started coming to the window, and I was like, what? I don't just want a coffee. I forgot that we had a rocket ship on.
And then it was a light drizzle, so we parked under the David H. Lawrence Convention Center.
So it wouldn't get
Soggy,
soggy.
soggy. But yeah, that thing has been on like 4 expeditions out of the house, and it's like enough is enough.
Just a day in the life.
Like that one you had at the mattress factory?
No, this is the big one that I showed it the first at Art All Night in 2022. And it was in like partial construction at that point. And yeah, so.
Because the mattress factory one was like
Well,
And you also had the circular one that was.
yeah, a bunch of ring ships from
Ring
the
ships,
mattress factory. I still have one of those at home. The first ring ship I made was right before Dozen was born, and that's in the stairwell. It was like Castle Starlight in the stairwell.
Well, thank you, Ryder.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
It's always wonderful to have a genius among us.
It's so nice to have a very super supportive, super enthusiastic.
We love you.
Very helpful.
I'm going to go back on my test. This is Fabrizio Gurbagna, I think, and a working artist. He does unbelievable abstracts. This one's understandable to me, but so anyway, he's quite the artist. Italy, and he has a fabulous studio is it McKees Rocks, I think?
Yeah, the Keys Rock.
I've been there, but, yeah. And this is a Terry Seo, who was here last night, and there were three of hers, but anyway, this is one of hers, and she met Thad Mosley many years ago at Touchstone, and when you walk in, the first time I walked into Terry's house, she has Thad's and she has hers, and I couldn't tell. You know, Thad's a master, but she learned from the master. So, and this is a portrait that looks like a wood sprite or some sort of mystical curator, and it's a portrait of me by Janice Schuler. And let's see, here's the David Poole here.
The one behind you that you said you understood.
What about it?
What can you tell us that don't understand it?
Well, Jay, he's a professor of rhetoric.
If it were words,
I think he's getting me twisted up.
If it were words, I could, you know.
Okay, so there are two balls, they smashed together. It's like the moon came from part of the earth. That's what's going on here. This is the moon crashing into the earth, flying up, and now it's dancing up there with a number of planets, I understand. Because last time people were all like looking out to like a pool ball. Or pool ball. And this is John stretching. And this is Corey Bonnet, who does incredibly big work and fantastic work. He's the world's biggest collector of forms from our steel mills, and he just got another shipment from McKeesport, and then he paints on them. And he has a really amazing thing down in the Innovation Center. He has the whole gymnasium as his studio, and
very arresting.
Yeah, how would one go about trying to see that, like, visit the?
I think it's open, you know,
Okay.
the Innovation Center, there's a number of innovations going on in the
Okay.
center.
Okay.
I don't know what those wizards are coming up with, I hope good stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm not positive.
There's a website, Patterns of Meaning.
Okay.
Patterns of meaning,
Oh,
right,
and
so
at the show
there are, I think, 5 or 6 artists involved.
At the AAP show in Brooklyn, he brought a piece that was about the size of this room.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It doesn't fit in the back of the station wagon.
That's a great placement on that, too.
Thank you, thank you. Another gem of curation.
This is David Pohl, an older piece. He told me it'd be fragile, was it because it's dainty in there, that eye, it rose, it's quite a makeup job.
That ashtray for mine.
And let's see, right here is Ed Parrish. I don't know if you wear this. So this is Ed Parrish, and he's one of the people who pour steel down at the Cary furnace. And I think they're having a pour in May. And behind Parvenet is a piece by Catherine, are you in front of me? Behind her? Or are you sitting down?
Oh, by the way, there's a woman.
You want to come and tell us about your team?
Why is this making noise? Rattling.
I think it's the wrong way. I think
Put it down different.
can't pick it up.
You got the floor, you got the painting.
Okay. Yeah, can you make it stop?
I guess people, I've read that people paint to get something out or to get something in. And I think mostly I paint to get something in or something I need. And so I look for certain feelings in the places that I look at and try to pull the feeling out. And I like light through water. I love water, like swimming or steam room or walking on the beach or whatever. And I also once read that the light in Vermeer is not the light through air, it's the light through water. And I think that's true for some other artists I love. And so I think that that's something else that I'm after. I kind of figure out what I'm after, or I hope I figured out what I am after through making the paintings. And right now I'm working at Art Symmetry Source as well, so I'm doing these surrealist collages. And so they're very different bodies of work. And I'm hoping at some point I will understand what I'm doing and that they will make sense together in some way. But I'm kind of embracing that they don't make sense right now.
Well, I think this is your house.
Yeah, it is. And that's my auntie's tablecloth. I really like wearing something that someone gave me who I love, or it makes me think of the person and it makes me feel rich to have that loveliness in my life. And some of the people you love who don't have anymore. And so everything in my house has a story.
Well, it's a beautiful, beautiful house in the War Streets.
I got lucky.
Yeah, you
I
did.
got very lucky.
Fabulous.
So, but I think I fell in love with the houses of Pittsburgh. I'm not from Pittsburgh because there's something very, very beautiful to me about the proportions and about the sense of movement up. And so there was, when I first moved in, there was a lot of plywood and duct tape, especially keeping the elements out of the house. So it's always a process, but it's not really about the house. It's really about something I feel, something I want to feel.
Well, people want to walk right in there and have a seat and take in your paintings and the curtains going back.
Well, someone I once knew said that they thought that landscape is about loss and space is a very significant part of, it's something we love, this sense of space. And I think that that's something I'm after, is to find a way to break out of this reality or to engage with an interior reality as if we're looking through a window, and that we're making we're using, or I'm trying to use my imagination or my inspiration to make a place that I need or want, or maybe somebody else might need and want.
Bravo.